Another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. We're in front of the green screen, baby.
We're back on Stacker News, literally.
On the green screen, Keyan.
Well, there's black behind us because we're in Stacker News.
We're inside of Stacker News, so we're in the code. Like
we're not two-dimensional.
Like Neo in the Matrix, basically.
You're not Neo, are you? No. You're more like Morpheus.
I had a dream, but that dream is gone. If this is your first time checking out Stacker News, it's the front page of Bitcoin, and this is where everybody votes on their top stories that they thought were cool, and they share, and they get free sats, and life is good. Keyan, how's your life going this week?
No sats are free. They're earned. My life is going. Time has passed in it. You know, the world is spinning.
Is it really spinning?
The moon is spinning around the world, and then both the Earth and the moon are spinning around the sun.
That sounds cool.
That's my update. It
was good. It was a good week. Super busy. We had a lot of visitors this week. I recorded a pod with Mitch from Foreman, and got the Wavelight guys on.
Cool. How was the Wavelight one?
Dude, it's so good. They know a lot about. Well, I shouldn't say they know a lot because they even said in the pod they don't know a lot. But it seems like they're thinking through all the AI stuff with
music.
Yeah, with music, and it's really cool. I'm gonna drop that on Monday. And then who else did I talk to this week? Yeah, it's just been a really phenomenal week. There was we had Round Rock last night. It was a really good meetup last night, and yeah, man, vibes are high in the Mecca, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Okay,
to be in the Mecca.
We're gonna jump into the top 5 stories of the week voted by you, the stackers. When we cover these, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. Keyan barely knows what he's talking about.
I have no idea.
We're just giving our opinion. We're reading the comments, and I'm not an expert. You know, I'm still learning. I'm a young Bitcoiner, but we're gonna figure it out together. First top story of the week is Inscriptions. The cure is worse than the disease. This is from Mr. Ben the Carmen. December 10th, Bitcoin post, 73 comments, 121,000 sats. Wow. Look at this. This is just all want information. So what is he saying?
Yeah, people love this. Oh, I didn't even realize he had stacked so many sats from it. But yeah, it's a really good post about inscriptions. It's kind of it addresses both inscriptions and then the counter inscriptions movement. And Ben basically says that, yeah, maybe inscriptions are spam and maybe they are bad for Bitcoin, but the solutions that are being proposed, like all these mempool policy things, actually lead somewhere far worse. And he draws a comparison to some popular altcoin chains that do that end up removing their mempools altogether, and you have to use a centralized API to be able to submit transactions.
Yeah,
and that becomes at that point permissioned, and the mempool is part of what keeps Bitcoin, not permissioned, and so we don't want to try to get rid of inscriptions and then in the process create a permission network. So I thought this was a really great take on inscriptions. You might not even agree. You don't even have to agree with his take on inscriptions to agree with his point of view that we shouldn't be attempting to censor inscriptions this way. He also, Ben comes from a pretty serious privacy background, and so he says that if you can't if you're going to call inscription spam, then where's the line drawn? It's kind of a slippery slope. Are now coin join spam?
Was he talking about the ocean stuff, or was he alluding to that, or yeah? This is about
that. I don't think he calls out ocean here in name, but
this is where that
implicitly this is about ocean and the ocean, the movement that ocean has come to represent.
I don't know, man. This is where I had on Mitch this week, and I'm not. Hopefully I don't throw Mitch under the bus here because I'm not doing that. But he had a really good, fair take on the ocean stuff. But he's also a miner, right? So it's from basically what he was telling me, it sounded like they're just creating a new pool, and they're limiting the I guess was it the nonce? I think he said. I think he says it right here. We'll touch on the ocean stuff after this, but basically, from what it sounds like they're creating a separate pool with its own rules and its own limitations because it's trying to, keep stuff like this out of there. But it was also interesting that we were going through like kind of his tweets because he's been sending out these banger tweets lately, and he has like what it looked like previously when it was just like an image on the blockchain and what it looks like now, and how now it's far much worth. And he compared it from big rocks to sand. Listen to the pod. It to me, I have a totally different take than I did.
Wait, so you're in favor of...
No, I'm not in favor of both. I'm just saying, like, I think I understand now why Ocean did what they did, basically, after having that talk with Mitch.
I see.
Basically.
Okay.
I'm just a humble pleb trying to stack sats. The first top comment is not in my mempool. You are free to do what you want with yours, as I am with mine. As far as the disease, it's stage 1. It can evolve to stage 3. Prepare accordingly. Ben jumped in and says, you're free to do what you want in your mempool, just like you're free to get the COVID shot, but both are likely worse cures than the actual disease. Bitcoin jumped in and goes, analogies aside, that really depends on the goal of the action. For me, this is just not to be party to this kind of harmful activity in as much as can be controlled with my own node. I don't have delusions about this making an impact or anything else outside my node's mempool RAM. These attackers do not get entirely free ride on my resources. And then he kept explaining more and more and more. The Bitcoin run said censorship is censorship, plus 200 gigabytes of space every year is fine, and inscriptions will eventually get priced out, so it does not matter. What do you think? Well, I mean, do you have a hard take on this?
I don't actually. I kind of agree with Ben's. I don't know what I don't think there is a clean solution to it. I don't think Ocean will be successful, and things like Ocean, maybe they're maybe communicating to people that hey, there are people in Bitcoin that disagree with this kind of thing, so if you disagree with this kind of thing, Bitcoin is still for you. Maybe that's what they're trying. They're effectively communicating, but I don't think they really are going to stop.
I think the Ocean. I think the only thing that I can take a hard stance against with the Ocean stuff, just from after reading through it, is the withdrawal limits. Like, there's a withdrawal of like, I think it's over 1 million or something, so that all those sats that are being mined are sitting on a wallet somewhere.
But I think that's how all mining pools. My understanding is.
But so there's lower apparently I'm just learning this stuff this week. It's like lower. It's a lower threshold on other mining pools.
But that's good.
A lower threshold, yes. Yeah. Not a higher. And so Ocean has a much higher.
Oh, you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I think they have. But they have different. I think they pay out more immediately than these other pools do. Like the whole idea behind Ocean, as far as I understand, is an immediate payout from the Coinbase in like most circumstances, unless it's below this 1 million sat limit.
I'm just gonna show this real quick. I'm sorry, but like, check out this pod that I recorded with Mitch yesterday, and we cover all of this stuff. Like, we literally cover everything: the nonce, the opt-in, the game theory, Ocean pool, and he had a really good take on it. And it Mitch. He's not like a tinfoil hat kind of guy. Like, it was just very much boom. So I would check out that. Like, I didn't know much about it until just yesterday. So not saying this is wrong or anything like that. I love Ben, but I think there's more to both sides that we're still uncovering. So wait and see for me personally. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
The next top story is how to get robbed for BTC and be ignored by Anycoin.cz and BTCPay team. Rimash, December 10th, Bitcoin post, 151 comments, 73,000 sats, 151 comments. Dang.
Yeah, this was kind of a story circulated quite a bit and caused a bit of excitement and everything, or sadness. But what happened was that Hugo was running a node with BTCPay server and wanted to help merchants begin accepting Lightning. So he ran a plugin with BTCPay server called Ellen Bank, and this plugin allowed him to provide like a custodial Uncle Jim like situation for merchants that he was trying to onboard. But the plugin had a bug in it, and someone exploited the bug and sent all 4 Bitcoin that Hugo had on his BTCPay server to claims in here and has, I think some stuff to back it up. They got sent to a Czech exchange called Anycoin. And he's, so this is him documenting the whole situation and his attempts to get help. And it's a bit of a sad, unfortunate mess.
So is Anycoin just a?
I mean, maybe they're not in the Czech Republic, and maybe they're in Germany. But the .cz I thought was a Czech domain.
So it looks like it's average age of the channels on there 267 days old, so less than
it's
a
an
year.
Exchange.
It's an exchange, okay.
Yeah.
Then first thing I did after shutting down the node was email the guys at Bitleafy. Oh wow.
I think that might be the name of the exchange that is using the node or something.
Gosh, dude, that's a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah. I mean, he said it was like most of his life savings.
Hate to see it. Attention, please. I've been notified of critical vulnerability in LN Bank plugin. I recommend all instances running LN Bank to update immediately. Oh, man. Thanks for the heads up. This does not affect BTCPay server. You're affected only running LN Bank. So how does that plugin process work, Keyan? Do you know? For because I know there's been hackathons where they'll make I just made a BTC plugin, BTCPay server plugin. But who verifies those plugins? Does anybody verify because it's open source thing?
People can verify them. I mean, the LN Bank plugin is open source and hosted on GitHub, and so if someone wanted to verify it, they could. And someone maybe the hacker did and noticed this bug, and then then found someone who was running it and attacked them.
Gotcha. That makes more sense then.
But yeah, these plugins are distinct from BTCPay server and its review process, and oftentimes plugins are developed by one developer, no code review process, and so these bugs tend to get introduced into them and not noticed. And unfortunately, this is one of those cases. That's why it's important to make sure you're running software that's been vetted, that you feel confident in, and regardless, probably not store much money in a hot wallet. I think regardless of whether this plugin had been reviewed a lot or not, putting your life savings in a hot wallet is not a good idea. And so that's kind of beyond the already potentially bad situation of using a plugin that maybe hasn't had much review or and critical review.
Yeah. We got top comment from a Mr. Fiajev. As someone who has been robbed multiple times because of software bugs while running a service trying to be helpful and not make any money from it, I understand your feelings completely. In my case, two of the attackers knew what they were doing and sent the money to other wallets like Bitrefill and Wallet of Satoshi, and from there they quickly vanished with the money. I'd say it's impossible to track even if everybody cooperates. I toyed with the idea of creating a federation of bona fide wallet providers that would be able to automatically immediately track and halt the accounts of thieves in these cases, but ultimately I think this would be too hard to make work, so we're left with emails and 6-hour late responses. Pretty good take there. Got Zekias says, I feel like I should mention here that the attackers most of the times know exactly who they should target. They're not going to waste their time with a target that may be too hard if there are tons of other targets that are easier to exploit. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Zeus comes from a more of a security background and pen testing background.
Doxed. Pretty good posts, but still sad to see for Bitcoin, man.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, it can get resolved. And
what would you do if you lost 4 Bitcoin? If you had 4 Bitcoin, let's just say hypothetically.
If I had somehow saved
we know Bitcoin. You have way more than 4 Bitcoin. Just kidding. Okay. What if you lost 4 Bitcoin? Would you just go outside and scream at the world?
I don't know. I just feel sad. I'd feel sad if I.
Have you ever lost something you really loved?
I lost my cat.
Damn it.
As has been documented on So-Called. Damn. Would you rather lose 4 Bitcoin on my cat?
Oh man.
That's a hard one. I don't know.
May you rest in peace.
It's a she?
May she rest in, what was her name again?
Meowdonna?
Meowdonna, rest in peace, Meowdonna. I miss you. Come back home. Meow. Okay, next top story is on Ocean Mining Pool, Inscriptions, and Luke. This is from Mr. Jimmy Song, December 8th, Bitcoin, 94 comments, 20,000 cents, baby boy. Keyan, what is this?
Yeah, I thought this was a great post. That Jimmy is basically pricing an ideology where people who are involved in this debate don't, and basically making the argument that Luke values his his sense of morality over the Bitcoin that he's losing as a result of doing this, and so that's worth considering if you're trying to analyze this. And he pulls in a lot of economic language from the Austrian school about things like humans are not simply pricing things in terms of money. He call it Homo economicus is the human that a lot of economists reason with, and real humans aren't like that. Real humans, they spend their money on things that aren't money. They spend their money without the hopes of getting more money in return. And in this, Luke is doing this with his pool where he's sacrificing fees that he could make in an effort to make a moral stance. And that's Jimmy as much perhaps more than anyone can speak to that kind of the morality that someone might live their life with, the like moral code they might live their life with. And so I think identifies on some level with Luke, and even perhaps agrees with him.
I mean, I'm not ready to make a hard stance on this yet. There's so many better hills to die on personally, and that's what I believe. Just for me personally on my journey. But I will say there's something to be said about there's new people coming into the space right now. Like if, there's new types of people that are coming in, and they're going to keep coming in. And so there's, I just say, expect more of this. Eventually it's just going to be so, this is what everybody wants. Everybody wants Bitcoin to be adopted by everybody. Well, everybody's not going to have the same values and the same morals. So I think this is just game theory playing out, man. I think this is just going to play out the way it's going to play out. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is rather complicated. I think I'm sympathetic to the argument that's bringing people into Bitcoin. It's just if it weren't NFTs though, would they be in Bitcoin? Are they eventually going to be Bitcoiners in the freedom money sense?
No, I think there's going to be different types. I think you're already seeing it. You're seeing it with the Nostr side of things and the Twitter side of things. There's some people who actually left Nostr, and there's some people that have it, who are like, I'm not into that. There's going to be some people that are into the ETF, and then people who aren't going to be into holding their own, being their own bank. I think this is already kind of playing out, and I think this is just it's just going to get worse. Like, personally, I don't see it changing. I think we're going to have more of both sides, and one side's going to win, and it's life. Anyways, this is from Broad Mode. He said, Core's plan was always to roll out 80 byte op return incrementally by starting with 40 to see if it broke anything, and then ramping shortly up to the intended 80. Bitcoin Core, having finished that project, has had 80 byte. He goes through a whole list. Luke admitted on X that he only went along with Core Team because he had his own fork where he would make up his own standard. Now that Jack has invested in Luke to decentralize mining, he has cast a shadow over the Ocean.xyz launch. Whirlpool transactions are trivial to detect, and Luke could whitelist them no problem. What's more centralized? Development process in Bitcoin, master with a decade-plus track record, 1,000 developers, 20,000-plus code reviews or not. Until Ocean launches Stratum B2, it's just another gatekeeper. Ordinals is going to run out of customers like every other. And then GFY. That's pretty good thing there. You got any extra stuff on this, Keyan?
No, I think both Ben and Jimmy, I think they both had, pretty great takes. I don't think I have much to add in terms of either of their takes. I think I think that there were also comments that describe the incentives, and it's not like ordinals are not paying they're paying a lot of money to put themselves on the Bitcoin blockchain, and it's giving money to miners, which is good, and is securing Bitcoin. But I mean, I don't know if it is effectively in some fashion graffiti. As a former graffiti artist, I kind of sympathize with the impulse, but I don't.
Get off my blockchain.
I do wish we thought of Bitcoin as being something more sacred, but I also
those days are over.
Apparently it's not so according to Car anymore.
We're YOLOing. That's what it looks like to me. What was I going to say? But yeah, stackers, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Go check out the posts. Check out both Ben's and Jimmy's and comment in there and read through it. It's fascinating. That's why it's in the top 5 this week. The next top story is, I think, in is that brackets? No, parentheses. I finally understand DarthCoin. This is a Prism post, December 12th. A Bitcoin post is from Ezekiel, 114 comments, 8,338 sats. This is all forwarded to DarthCoin. What is going on here?
Well, he mentions DarthCoin in the title. He's like, he's leveraging DarthCoin's celebrity.
This is like a good 30-minute write-up.
Yeah, this was Ezekiel getting it all out, is my understanding. It sounds like
this is more than all out. This is, wow, look at this.
There's lots of caps.
It's a lot of redacted.
He also doesn't like caps. I think he was trying not to swear. I think he just, he had a breakup, and he wanted to write about his feelings during it and share them.
What breakup did he have with DarthCoin? They're together?
It says it at the very top. His broke up with his girlfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sorry to hear that, Ezekiel. Stay strong.
Anyway, this is him talking about that, and that is his like frustrations, like coupled with that, and it kind of merges into like a general toxic sentiment towards people who don't understand Bitcoin. And that's the gist of it. And he's like, he begins basically he's empathizing with DarthCoin.
I'm going to change the show to DarthCoin News Live. Basically, this is what this has become.
Well, we'd need a new, we'd have to get a third seat. And we'd have to move to the hills of somewhere in South America.
How has DarthCoin become so popular? Seriously, let's have a talk about this. I want to know. How has this happened?
I don't know. You got to talk to him, have him on the podcast.
Should I have him on the pod?
Why would I have it?
Wow, that'd be spicy pod. Oh man, Darth, reach out. Let's do this.
He's all over Telegram.
We'll just do it. I'm not on Telegram.
That's right.
But we're taking a stance, like Luke.
Cars like Luke.
That's the hill I'll die on the Telegram.
You're just
get off
like
a Telegram hill. Okay, cool. Next top story is start your career in Bitcoin free and open source software with Chaincode Labs. This is from A. Jonas, December 12th, Bitcoin post, 28 comments, 17,600 cents, baby.
Yeah. So Chaincode has been offering free courses in Bitcoin for a long time now. Most people that I know I did Chaincode. Their seminar courses. A lot of people that I know who work on.
Did they help you build Stacker News or no?
They don't help you build anything.
Oh, but did you know the idea for Stacker News when you went to Chaincode?
Yeah, I was already working
you did?
Stacker News when I was doing.
Wow, look at you.
Wow, high pitch. Hey,
you got to fluctuate the voice. It's good for the pod, for the ears.
I see. Yeah, they want to hear you sing a little bit.
A little bit.
Even though you're just talking.
Plus, my sister's watching. She likes it when I do.
You got to do it for Katie.
Yeah.
Anyway, they have protocol courses where they teach you kind of like a very deep dive on both the Lightning protocol and the Bitcoin protocol, and it's free education. But talking to Jonas in the comments here, he said the motivation for this course was that he noticed after people left those seminar courses, they weren't going on to actually contributing to the open source protocol projects.
Oh, wow.
And so this course is designed to kind of de-escalate anyone's fears around contributing to those projects and, kind of helping them along a little bit, get more comfortable contributing to them.
Awesome.
And I think it's like what I like about this is it's like a very empirical approach where they had this course for a long time, noticed there was a gap, and now they're attempting to address it.
It's so cool seeing all the education stuff that's coming out now. Like, don't you really think? Because I think for the longest time it was just them, right? Or am I mistaken? Like when you started your journey, was it just
there was Jimmy's course?
Jimmy's, that's right. Jimmy's course.
There were books, and there were like some online courses. The MOOCs,
the Pomp one, I don't know if it's Pomp. It was like a crypto course.
It wasn't Pomp. It was more like there was like a course from Princeton on Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. That was free and available online.
It was on a MOOC. It was on like not Udemy, but one of those other ones. Yeah. And then there was Jimmy's course, and then them. But they were the only ones who I think went really deep in the protocol and were designed to ramp you up to be contributing to the open source projects. That's kind of Chaincode's whole mission, is to produce more protocol developers and get some fresh blood.
That's cool.
Working on
hard
stuff.
Now we have Base 58 doing all the protocol lightning stuff. We got Mr. Pleb Devs over there teaching plebs how to make apps and all sorts of cool stuff. We do workshops here at a Pleb Lab sometimes, and the Atlanta guys do workshops too, and I think Bitcoin Park does workshops. And yeah, dude, there's just all this free education out there. There's really no reason why you shouldn't jump in and start learning this stuff, right? I mean, unless you maybe you're unqualified or you don't have the time. But if you are qualified and you do have the time, you definitely should begin doing that. If you want to work in Bitcoin, these are so many resources, dude.
Yeah, these are things that'll help you get there really fast.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're not sure what to do, just come to Pleb Lab and we'll find you something. Yeah, so this is cool. So I guess they just need to go here and sign up.
Yeah, on Chaincode's website, you can apply, and they have like a bit of a screening process to let you in, and then boom, they're gonna make you a Bitcoin open source developer.
Nice, cool. The next top story. No, that's all the top 5 stories.
Those are the top 5 stories.
Those are the top 5 stories of the week, Snackers. Look what you wanted us to read over. I hope you enjoyed that, because the rest of it's downhill. Except for this one. This is an AMA Ask Murch Anything, Volume 2. 77 comments from Murch. 11,900,000 sats. December 11 Bitcoin posts. What's this, Keyan?
So Murch did another AMA. I think it was Ben Werman who went and tried to get more folks to do an AMA. He started the AMA territory, although Murch put it in the Bitcoin territory and not the AMA territory.
It's okay.
But so we had him do one before as Car just opened, but he came back again, and Stackers had even more questions for him. Yeah. He's perhaps one of the most available and
just kind-hearted, human.
Yeah, people in the space. If you want to ask anything from a deep technical question,
he's so kind. Like he's one of those guys you just go up to and just want to hug, right, Keyan?
I don't know about that, but I don't really have much emotion.
You got top question from Scoresby. Is it possible to create a valid transaction that nodes running Bitcoin Core can't relay? And then Murch says, yes, there are multiple policy rules that are not configurable. You would have to change the code and recompile to accept infringing transactions to your mempool. Simple example would be a transaction with 2 AMP return outputs.
Yeah, so valid by consensus rules, but invalid by mempool policy.
Did you ask him? Oh, look, Jimmy asked him, are you still climbing? If so, bouldering, trad, or lead? Murch says the cadence has been a bit slow lately, but it's still bouldering for me. What is bouldering?
Oh, that's where you're climbing, but you're not climbing with a rope. And it's like lower to the ground generally, like the courses that they have in climbing gyms.
That's dangerous.
It's not dangerous, actually.
Sounds dangerous.
You have like a pad that you fall on, and you learn to fall really well. But it's like it requires less gear, and is often quite a bit of fun. And you can do it, and you can like go to most places where you go on a hike and boulder without needing to trek in a bunch of gear and stuff. So it's actually a pretty practical.
We got Blockchain Book. He asked the question. He goes, what is your programming experience? What is your favorite programming language? Is Rust overhyped? I had little programming experience before starting to study computer science. I started working as a part-time programmer during college, and I've been working in developer roles since graduating. So at this point, I've been getting paid for programming at least part-time for 14 years. That's awesome. He said, I used to really like Scala. I mostly use C. Is it C# or C++? What is that right there?
Oh, what? Oh, that's C++.
Okay.
Yes.
These days, but don't.
C# is C#.
Oh, with the pound sign?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh, cool. Check it out. Zap them.
Zap them.
We love merch here on.
Zap them.
See, now you can. See, I don't have to move, but you have to move.
Yeah,
you're in the zap zone.
Cross. I got to make sure to go to the right side. I was probably hit with a few zaps there. I hope I recover.
All right. This is your top stories. 2 lightning attacks analyzed. A response to John Light. This is from Super Testnet. 10 comments, 19,000 cents.
I like it when Super writes because I like the style with which he writes.
Here we go.
It's like pretty.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring up the
infinity thing.
Here we go.
Well, I definitely disagree with his stance on infinity. I have to tell you that. But I like his writing in general. He tends to get like quite detailed and specific, and I don't know, makes good faith arguments. And so in this case, he's attempting to, I guess, argue against John Light, who claims that Lightning is inherently custodial because people can steal money on Lightning. And John Light cites 2 specific attacks: the flood and loot attack, and then the miners stealing by censoring transactions with a hash rate majority. Anyway, he kind of breaks down both of those arguments and argues against them, and I think does so successfully, as most of us have when we've like considered the security of Lightning. And yeah,
him and Tony were going back and forth. This should have been great. I agree with most of your assessment. Good write-up. The main problem, though, is there's a difference between trust and custodial, and you use them interchangeably. And then Tony went on to write everything. And then Super Testnet said, thank you. Yeah, check it out, guys. There's a lot to read there.
Yeah, I thought it was a great write-up in response to John Light.
The next one of yours is alert. Ledger library confirmed compromised and replaced with a drainer. This is from Ignacio Batato.
Yeah.
Privacy post December 14th, 47 comments, 6,064 sats.
I don't know. So Ledger, I don't know much about Ledger and their product suite, but apparently they have some kind of hot wallet service that was importing a JavaScript library from a CDN, a content distribution network, and that content distribution network was compromised in some way, or an account on there was compromised, and the attackers replaced the file that Ledger was loading with a malicious file, and that malicious file drained a bunch of people's wallets. It's implicated, I guess, in a number of coin thefts, not just Bitcoin stuff. I think primarily actually altcoins. And
at this point, why would you even use Ledger anymore? Honestly,
I don't know, but people do. People
stop using Ledger. It's not good. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to use Ledger. When I had crypto and I was a crypto bro. But it's just. I mean,
it's still a part
of.
So
much better wallets out there to use.
Like Casa's multi-sig setup has as one of the signers as a Ledger device because they want to diversify their supply chain, their supply chain.
So it's like an attack vector or something.
Yeah, they're like, well, if let's say Cold Card's supply chain is compromised, and so is Trezor's and these few other wallet providers that they might use. Maybe Ledger's isn't, or maybe Ledger's is compromised, but these ones aren't. And so Lop, thinking through all the possible, the way he thinks about things very systematically, is like, well, we want a diversity of signing devices so that if anyone wants to attack our customers, they have to attack all supply chains. And it's actually a pretty clever way of doing it. I don't know if his feelings about Ledger have changed recently, because it seems like
this is reoccurring at this point.
Seems like, yeah,
they have a leaking ship over there.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
That's what it looks like. Can't have this many things and for it not to.
Definitely bad. They've gotten a lot of bad press. I don't know.
Checks and balances, people. Checks and balances.
And their Connect stuff is weird.
The next story you had was data colonization. This time is different. This is December 14th privacy post. David W. 6 comments. 20,000. 23,000 sats.
We don't have to go through this the whole post exactly, but I like that. I'm very fond of physical metaphors in information land, and that's basically what the metaphor that this post is drawing is claiming that there's an attempt, like in the past when there would be geographic colonization, like, a lot of Europe colonized more like the global south at one point. David is arguing that there's data colonization happening where governments are attempting to amass data that they don't really have a right to. And I thought that was just I thought it was a really cool metaphor, and it serves as a nice backbone for
check this out.
Talking through privacy and data stuff.
Dude, we'll go over territories here in a second, but really, really happy with the privacy
that's
territories.
David's
It's like it's becoming one of my daily check-ins.
Check it.
Cool. I'll check this out this weekend, but definitely read it, Stackers. Looks like there's a lot there. I would say read out all the privacy territory. It's really good. It's like really good.
Yeah.
It's not like kind of good,
Privacy, yeah.
Like the builders territory.
Oh, is that one? Yeah.
One's
only kind of good?
It's kind of good. No, but
Car's
like
territory.
this privacy territory, it's pretty damn good. Like,
yeah, look at, he made his own logo like you. He took your advice.
No, I mean, Stackers take everything, But I'm just saying, like this, we'll go over. We'll touch this on. We'll touch on this later.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over my real quick top stories because I just want to point these out because Bolt.fun has been killing it this whole year.
Oh
dude.
yeah, tons of dead bodies.
They literally have like the Noster stuff they've been doing. That whole team, dude. Shout out Johns, man. Shout out Johns, the Fogger team, all of them for like really getting this out there because I know how much they care about this stuff. And I just want to shout out like the semi-finalists that had made it. So after 8 weeks of hard work, we're pleased to announce our semi-finalists for the Legends of Lightning tournament.
Do we know people on this list?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, great.
You know a lot of people here. Bruh. Yeah, look at this. So you got Shock Wallet, Pleb AI,
amazing.
BitShop, Bitcoin Connect,
Bitcoin Connect.
Yeah, Noster Assets, Resolver.
Those are your besties there.
StreamTurn, Mini Maxes, Be Kind, BitChange, Cascader. It's our boy Jim and Topher and what's his name? Oh, gosh, how can I forget his name?
Stacks?
No, that's next. Doesn't matter. He knows who he is.
UTXO
dealership. Well, they kept going.
I guess so.
Really? I didn't know that.
Maybe just re-entered. Trying to win another
Super
hackathon.
testnet. Anyway, so they're about to make the announcement this Sunday. So Stackers, if you're watching, turn on the tube on Sunday. Or actually not tube. Turn on your Twitter. It should be there. Or share it on Stacker News. But it's going to be on live stream YouTube. And yeah. LFG. Who would you vote for here out of here? If you had to pick one, or three. I think there's like three.
I don't know many of the projects. I would vote for Jim because Jim will send me a message every day with his Cascader updates practically. And he's like, "Hey, check this out. What do you think of this?" Being Jim, and I'll just eviscerate him in terms of feedback, and he likes it because he's a former athlete. Yeah. But so I picked Jim on that basis alone. But I know Shock Wallet,
is
doing some interesting stuff.
Bitcoin Connect, this is another one.
Bitcoin Connect is also.
I hate the name, but I love the project. There it goes. It's kicking out now. But there's a lot. Stackers, check it out. It's really cool. Just wanted to highlight that. That's in the builders territory, just by the way.
Well.
And then another one I wanted to call out was what are you working on this week? So as you know, you guys do these really cool meta posts. And I actually love these because it keeps people like myself accountable, right? Because it's like, Car, what are you working on this week? It's just like, oh yeah, I have to work. It's like one of those things where you realize.
Yeah.
But this is just another one I want to call out. This happens you do these every Tuesdays and Thursdays, or what do you guys do?
We do them every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah.
So this is where you can find out like what all the Stackers are up to, what they're working on. Sometimes it's just like really cool stuff like this,
Kevin does these by letters. This is how he remembers. Really? Meme Monday. What are you working on Wednesday?
What? Fun
Fact Friday.
Wow. That's so smart. I love that. That's great.
Yeah. So that's his little mnemonic.
Dude, you know what we should do for Kevin? Dude, he's done so much for Stacker News over the years. Like, we should just get him like a present or something. Stackers, let's
get Kevin a present.
Let's give Kevin a present. Guy's been putting in work. We know Keyan's not doing anything. It's all Kevin.
I mean, yeah, that's right.
Literally is.
Yeah, I just said
I
only do this podcast. This is my magnum opus.
So the other thing I want to jump in is just want to give some shout outs to some territories that have been killing it. I think the first one is this one's from Figit, the AI, all about artificial intelligence.
Not sure that's how you pronounce that, by the way.
Figit? What's wrong with it? And then
there's possibly other pronunciations of that.
Pygit? I don't know.
Oh, come on. Anyway,
Higit? I don't know. So then we got all these. So check out all these like new territories. This one's a really cool one that I found out about. Been looking into. Obviously, I brought up the privacy one. This one's another really good one. David W. founded this one. 20 sat posts though. It's kind of high.
I don't know, dude. He thinks this is if you want
he has low time preference in it. So
you want coastal real estate, dude. You want oceanfront real estate. You got to pay the price, and that's what David thinks he's got here.
It is a really good. This is a really good territory. But he's the right guy to do it because look at this. Like, look at everything that he's posted in here.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff. So this is one. Bullish on this territory. The other one I got to give a shout out to Gray Ruby. Like, this guy or girl or whoever has been running this. He literally built territories into existence with his own mind on Snacker News. You remember that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Remember we covered that episode 40 something or 50, whatever it was? And I was like, who is this guy doing Stacker News or Stacker Sports every day? And you were like, yeah, some guy wants me to. I was like, what? Now he has it. And I think this might be the best territory of them all. I'm just saying.
Are you into sports? I didn't realize.
No, I'm not. But now I can check out if I want to. But I'm just saying, like, look at all the work he's put in. Look at this.
He is putting it in. I mean, he was consecutively doing it in Meta for probably like 6 months.
You know. I just throw out a post here. There's a guy who comes to Stacker Saloon all the time, and his name's like Coach Andy something. He should be in here. He should be doing like a daily post in here as
Coach Andy's rules for life. Or something.
Yeah. He should do like a daily like post in here and just to get people ready. Because I love reading that every morning when I see that. It gets me going.
He does do a pump up.
Yeah, it's so good. Salon. It's just like the stuff that you need to hear.
Oh, the saloon.
Anyway, so this is one, and then obviously let's jump into the saloon, baby. Look at this. What is this, Keyan? Zekas? How Bitcoin changed me? Everybody's in the saloon today. Look at this. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Something about Mario.
Saloon on Friday. Saloon every other day.
I guess when it gets cute.
Look at this. Well, everybody's fanning over...
What's his name?
I don't know where his name.
Oh, that's
Denzel Washington. Yeah, that's right.
How could we forget?
Denzel.
A man's man.
But yeah, this is the who knows why I thought that or where I came from. Is this one? Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Who's this guy? What is that?
I don't know. He looks like a Bitcoiner to me, though.
Okay. Anyway, check out the saloon. It's always been there. But yeah, let's jump into the top stackers of the week. This is a super stat segment.
Super stat segment. Oh, is it me? Do I have to go? I see. You just lean back and you.
I lean back after this. Basically.
I see. This is when Car goes into retirement.
Pretty much. The show's done for me at this point.
Siggy 47 at the top. Ben, like I'm not even in the top. This is what is a 7 here. Mm-hmm. I didn't even make it. We have Siggy, Ben, Darth, Exius, Undisciplined, Bird Eye. Lots of stacking happening, which is pretty cool to see.
POTUS, Murch.
Yeah, Onions, Jimmy, 0x, Kepford, Rsync, Elvis.
Look at this guy.
Wow, look at you.
This guy.
What did you do?
Woo, no,
oh, you're trying to get your builder's territory.
No, I think what it is I've been getting a lot of zaps, dude, from the Nosterverse everywhere. It's just like
oh, those don't count. Those don't count for your.
Those don't count.
Or new stacked count. Nope.
You need to figure that out. And we got all these other ones: Lux, Bitman, Jonas, HN. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Let's get into the most boring segment in Bitcoin. Everybody hates this segment. I literally get DMs all the time from everywhere saying, Car, you need to kill this segment. And I tell him
no one has sent him this
I tell him I can't because I got my dark horse down there creeping back up. Keyan.
He's still in the same spot as he has been for, I think, probably over a month now. I don't know if he'll ever move out of that spot, but we still got Siggy at the top and Orthworm. I don't think he'll ever, their cowboy hats will ever be gone.
Really? Why? Why do you say that? Because Siggy's ride or die? Is that what you're saying? Like what's
I think they're very serious about sun protection
on their cowboy,
and they understand UV light very well and the effect on the skin and its ability to cause skin cancer.
Well, was Bird Eye there last week?
I think so. Yeah. I think, yeah. If someone got, yeah, everyone ahead of Ben, I think, was there last week. I think Ben was still in the 7th spot, or that's the 8th spot. And that's not even including the few people who probably hide their hat, who still have their streak going.
Look at GMD. So he has 7 referrals? Crazy. David W. Well, David W's making a comeback.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool. Love to see it.
See, you heard him admit it. He actually likes.
I love to see the competition growing here. I wish we could just spice this up somehow. I don't know. We need to introduce something. Maybe just Oregon Trail store.
Yeah, we can maybe make like guacamole during the segment while we're doing the segment or something. I got a little cooking. So you can do a little cooking while I'm doing this segment.
That's all the. That's it for this week on Snacker News Live. We got a couple comments. Looked like this is from the last Spartan. He said, let me see if I can share that. No, I can't. Oh, there I can. I took Sailor's free Bitcoin course. Was pretty good too. There you go, Keyan. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sailor has like a whole online education thing. That's like his endowment. That's what he plans to like die. That's like his legacy.
Zekias, he says it's 3-4 mile high max and jumping down is the most fun.
Xeus is also a fan of bouldering.
Nice. Then we got Johnny Rico giving us the Christmas.
Oh, cool! We got little avatars for them and everything.
Yeah. We got some. I haven't been doing the fountain boost, but let's just go back. It's been a while. So I think the last time we did this was. So yeah, let me just go. This is from Snacker News Live 93. A blacklist of banks. Support companies that are friendly to Bitcoin. It's a shame Stripe is against Bitcoin, but for every strike, there will be a blocker square. There's building products for normies and plebs. We got Vake 2000 cents. He said we can get an AI John Lennon. Oh yeah, we already read that one. Where is it at? Oh yeah, here it goes. We got Blockchain Boog giving us a sap for episode 95. It's rugged season. We got Vake. All I want for Christmas this year is for Car and Keyan to acknowledge my existence. Dang.
Wow, dude. Wow. Who is that, Vake?
This is Vake.
Dude, I acknowledge you, bro. I so acknowledge you.
Keyan doesn't even acknowledge my existence. You're very lucky.
Yeah.
You're very lucky.
Car doesn't exist.
I don't exist in this world. We got here we got another one from Vake. He says, this is from Snacker News Live 94. He says, Car and Keyan are my best friends, and mostly because I'm too poor to have real friends. Jeez, dude. What's going on with you, Vake?
We'll be your friends.
Dang. And I said, then we got Vake again. He said from Snacker News Live 96, he said, I wish I was cool enough to hang out with Car and Keyan. Unfortunately, I'm just a loser with no friends and few saps.
What? Come on, dude. Okay, this is too much now.
No, you got to listen to it.
This is like a troll.
No, he's literally saying this.
This is like a troll. Because come to Austin. Like,
no, it gets worse. You ready for these? Like,
take a Greyhound bus.
Hey, man, we got to read these. These are the boosts. This is from Bad Career Advice. He says, the closest you can get to hanging out with them is to simp for them by giving them all your sats. Simp harder. And then Vake finally from Snacker News Live 96, he says, that sounds like a lot like my dating strategy. That was the episode name, was The Reality of Decentralization. I didn't get the joke. But yeah, Keyan, you feel better?
Do I what?
Do you feel better?
Did I feel bad?
All the stackers, they want to hang out with you, man.
They want to hang out with us together, which is the worst part. I mean,
they definitely don't want to hang out with this guy.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's so boring.
I am boring.
Yeah.
You would come to hang out, and I'd go into my office and work. That's
You'd basically be hanging out with Car and the rest of everybody else. No, Keyan's a lot of fun. When when you drink, I would say you get a lot of fun.
Okay, so I have to be when I become another person after I've consumed a substance, I become okay.
But we'll be throwing a New Year's Eve party. So I don't know if you're in town. Come by Blub Lab.
That's right, Vic.
There
Come
you go.
make some friends.
But be cool. All right, Zackers. Go out this weekend and, get out there. Do some reading. Right?
Wow.
Because, seriously, make some more book clubs. Is there a big book club territory or no?
There's a books and articles territory that
there you go.
Siggy started.
There you go.
So
start dropping some books in there.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of reading lately.
Oh, what have you been reading?
A lot. Yeah.
You've been reading a book called A Lot?
No, I told you I was finishing up that CEO Does Three Things. That one. That was a really good one, dude.
That was a book or an article or
a book.
Okay. The CEO Does Three Things.
It's really good.
Cool.
But yeah, drop some good book recommendations in there, and sorry, and then have a great weekend. Yeah.